Nakita ko siya. Nakikipaglandian siya, nakatalikod ka.
Paglaba?
Kunyari, ako siya, ito. Ayan, nakikipaglandian siya gano'n.
Well. Loren only just got out of hot water for cheating on Faith, and now it looks like he's stuck his foot right back in. The man just can't help himself. He just can't stop being an absolute douche. And the worst part is, even when caught red-handed, he defends his actions.
I just act the way I'm supposed to act with a drag queen.
My best friend told me
I know,
in that
but
way.
how does she know?
I trust her.
She never
Stop
been
it.
to one
I
before
want to
either.
talk to you.
Not gonna lie, I actually feel pure glee that their relationship is falling apart, because Faith deserves so much better than this creep. But before we get to the latest Loren scandal, let's rewind to the start. So we join the pair as they're flown back into Manila, and it turns out that the time they spent with Faith's family in Leyte has had exactly the effect that Loren hoped it would. Faith's fallen for his "I'm a changed man" crap. I mean, just look at the way she's looking at him now. Just listen to what she says about him.
I'm starting to let my guard down. He's really proven how committed he is. So now I'm feeling in love with Loren again.
Oh, yeah, he's committed, alright. He's so committed, he wanted to marry your mother, Faith. Like, sorry, how on earth are you trying to make that seem romantic? Now, speaking of unromantic things, when we join them the next day, Loren excitedly rushes into Faith's room to share some news. His leaky penis, his illness of the whores, the gonorrhea he had, is no more. He's just been given a clean bill of health.
That's good. No additional treatment recommended. Congratulations.
We did it. Yeah.
It's tragic, isn't it? The fact that Faith's congratulating her supposed boyfriend for being STD-free after, by the way, catching the STDs from cheating on her just says so much about her standards in men. Her standards, her self-worth is on the floor. No one should accept or put up with that kind of behaviour from a partner. But, unfortunately, it gets worse. So much worse. You see, now that Loren's in the clear, these two only have one thing on their mind.
I was like, oh, you're clear. Let's get it on. What we can do now?
We can do anything.
Someone please get me a sick bag. What the heck is that? Is that Loren's seduction face? Honestly, I'm warning you now. If production decides to include any scenes whatsoever of these two getting down and dirty, that will be me done. That's it, I'm tapping out. But for now, before what they hope will be the main event later tonight, the plan is to loosen up a little, and they decide to meet up with Faith's friends. They're off for a night of drinks and entertainment at a drag bar.
I'm excited because drag show is a part of Loren's job, but my friends know Loren had cheated on me, so they are protective of me.
Now, I'm not sure if Faith's friends have chosen this venue deliberately. Is this a test? We know they're definitely not Loren's biggest fans. So all eyes will be on his behaviour tonight. They will be watching him like a hawk, but more on that shortly. Now, when they eventually meet him for the first time, it gets off to an awkward start.
Okay naman. This is my best friend, Len.
Yeah.
This is Don Don, and this is Angel.
That reception goes beyond just being frosty. I'd call that Arctic. Like, just look at Faith's friends. There's not even the hint of a smile. There's no hug, no physical contact. It's as if they want to keep as far away from him as possible just in case his gonorrhea might transfer onto them or something. The best they give him is a half-assed wave, and frankly, even that's more than he deserves. But the thing is, for as much as they might not like Loren, Loren, they can't help but notice Faith is on cloud 9. She's over the moon. Look at how happy she is. She's so happy, in fact, that we even see a side to her we've never seen before. You see, after the drag queens finish their show, Faith gets up on stage and begins dancing.
I know Faith is in pageants in the past, but I've never seen her dance before. The way she moves her body, it's super feminine. It's very sexy.
Oh god, look, there it is again. There's Loren's seduction face again. Jeez, I think we all know where this is headed. You've got the clean bill of health, the alcohol flowing, the sexy dancing, and the face again. This night is gearing up towards one thing, isn't it? But don't forget, these two haven't even really shared a first kiss yet. That is, until now.
My first kiss with Faith feels like magic.
Look, here's the thing, right? Everything about this kiss is significant. The timing, the fact her friends are there, the fact that alcohol is involved, it all means something. Faith needed a little bit of Dutch courage, but she's now publicly in front of her closest friends claiming her man. She wants the world to know she's happy. She's in her very first relationship. But despite her friends supporting her, despite actually cheering the kiss, the truth is they're still on high alert about Loren. They're really not sure about him, and what he says next just makes alarm bells ring even louder.
Do you love your job?
No, I'm gonna get a different job that pays better. Because if we get married, I'm not going back to Vegas.
What? Married?
I mean, if she wants.
This is now the second time that Loren has done this. He casually brings up marriage into conversations he has no right to. He's rushing way ahead of himself. They've only just had their first kiss. How's he gone from that to marriage in the blink of an eye? If Faith was ready, if Faith was comfortable, she would have brought up marriage to both her friends and her family. Like, it's really not Loren's job. It's not his place to have done that. Like, what he's doing here is pushing the topic. He's pushing it because he doesn't want to go home. But Faith's friends are mortified at that. They can't believe that Faith has even forgiven him for what he's done, much less now considering marrying him.
The last time I saw Faith, she was crying. She slept to some woman.
Yeah, but I thought she knew the whole time that I sleep with other women.
Now, Loren has already lied about this so many times in the past to Faith that he's ready for the question. But the thing is, we know the truth. We know Loren knew that Faith would be upset he was sleeping with other people, but he did it anyway. Now, Loren goes on to tell Faith's best friend, Len, that because he and Faith were in an online relationship, he didn't think they were exclusive. But he goes on to say, now that I've met her, now that I know she's perfection, in his words, well, now I definitely know we are exclusive. But that leaves Len asking a follow-up question. How many other people did you actually sleep with? She asks. And just look at Loren's response.
Hold on. I have to think. 5?
The laughter, the theatrics, like everything about that, making her friends wait for the answer, just tells you everything you need to know. This is a guy who's proud to have cheated. There's not a single ounce of shame, of remorse, of sorrow in his actions. But to make matters worse, just look at Faith's response. She's looking at him disgusted, but also she's caught him out in a lie. Remember, Loren had previously told her that he'd slept with a different person practically every weekend. So she calls him out on it. And Loren is forced to admit that he lied again.
Is that real for 5?
No. 7.
Understandably, Faith's friends are shocked and disgusted by Loren. Like, they can't quite believe what they've just heard. The audacity of the guy. He looks like he's proud of it. It makes me angry, says Len. Those were the actions. That was the response of someone who clearly doesn't respect his partner, she says. And she's right, it's very hard to disagree with that. Now, Len has seen all that she needs to. At this point, her mind is firmly made up about Loren. This is not the man I want my best friend to be with, she says. And to her credit, she actually calls Loren out to his face. How can we trust what you say? She asks him. How can we be sure you won't cheat again? And significantly, Loren doesn't answer her. Instead, he turns to Faith and says this.
I really do love you, and I'm not gonna cheat on you. That'd be just crazy. You gave me a second chance, right? Why would I waste that?
I know. Don't cry.
Now, as he's talking to Faith, Loren's theatrics continue. He begins to tear up. I'd never cheat on you again, he tries to reassure her. But while Faith's friends clearly aren't buying any of this bullshit, Faith is. She tenderly wipes away his tear. And with that, Loren gets up, excuses himself, and goes to the bathroom. But this now opens the door. It gives Faith's friends the opportunity to actually tell Faith what they think of this man.
Medyo baliw. Sasabihin mo forever, tas 3 weeks.
Yung kakasal-kasal? Oo, kasi hindi pa naman kayo year na magkakilala.
Now, this friend here, right, this guy Don, has been pretty quiet so far. He's just been observing Loren. But now, with Loren gone, no longer at the table, he takes the opportunity to speak his truth. He tells Faith, I don't trust that guy at all. And while you've got to imagine that must be tough for Faith. Like literally only a few minutes ago she was claiming and kissing her man in front of her friends. She thought that she and Loren were in a great place. They might even be getting lucky tonight. The truth is, her friends' opinions really do matter to her. And it says a lot that none of them on that table like Loren.
Ayun nga, nakikita ko siya na na mayabang, na...
Di ko talaga siya feel. Gagawa ng matino. Parang sa tingin ko, hindi siya gagawa ng mabuti.
Now, her friends seriously caution Faith to be careful. Really think this through, they urge her. And with their warning ringing in her ears, when Loren returns from the bathroom expecting to carry on drinking and enjoying the night, Faith quickly makes excuses and says it's time for them to go home. Her mood has been ruined, but little does she know, it's about to get even worse. You see, off camera, and we don't have footage of this, but as they're waiting for a cab outside, Faith's friends catch Loren doing something that he shouldn't, and they immediately go running to Faith to tell her.
Kita ko siya. Nakikipaglandian siya. Nakatalikod ka. Paglaba, kunyari, ako siya. Ito. Nakikipaglandian siya gano'n.
Yeah, just minutes after crying to Faith that he's a changed man, he's a one-woman man, he's been caught flirting with a drag queen while Faith's back is turned. Now, notably, Loren had no idea that Faith's friends were outside. He thought that they'd stayed in the club. He thought that he could get away with it. But it's left to Len to explain what actually happened.
Tapos, etong si Faith medyo malayo kay Loren. Ngayon, itong si Loren, nakikipaglandian talaga siya dun sa...
Now, to give you an idea, this flirting was clearly so bad that Len and Don felt the need to personally intervene there and then. They just had to go and get Faith immediately and tell her what just happened. And as they painfully, and this is painful for them shattering Faith's world like this, as they drop the bombshell on Faith, they desperately try to reassure her that they're only trying to look after her best interests.
Pasensya. Ayoko siya para sa'yo.
Ikaw, desisyon mo pa rin yan.
Ikaw magdesisyon mo kung maniniwala ka sa amin o maniniwala ka sa kanya.
Thankfully, Faith believes her friends, but this news has shattered her heart. By her own admission, she was falling back in love with him. She was daydreaming of a future together, getting carried away at the thought of being intimate with him. But no sooner has she let her guard down than Loren has broken her trust again. And her friends rightly remind her that that isn't love. That isn't a man you want to be with.
I feel stupid from giving Loren a second chance. If it's really actually flirting in front of my friends, I don't think there's any hope for us.
Now, the pair get in a taxi, and immediately, without wasting any time at all, Faith confronts Loren. She tells him exactly what her friends saw him do, and his response is crazy. He doesn't deny it. In fact, quite the opposite. He admits it. But he actually tries to defend his actions as if he's done nothing wrong.
I give them attention because that's their job.
It's just a part of you to flirt with them.
Everyone's supposed to do it.
Don't bring your attitude here.
Again, like I said, the guy just can't help himself. He sees a drag queen, he sees something he likes, and he's drawn to it like a moth to a flame. I mean, this is precisely the kind of behaviour that's led to him cheating on Faith. It's clear to see that for all his talk, Loren hasn't changed at all. And as for his excuse, the excuse that you're supposed to flirt with drag queens, well, he can go right back to it. He can now do it to his heart's content, because Faith has had enough of him.
I just act the way I'm supposed to act with a drag queen.
My best friend told me
I know,
in that
but
way.
how does she
I
know?
trust her.
She never
Stop
been
it.
to one
I
before
want to
either.
talk to you.
Loren's either too drunk or too dumb to understand what he's done wrong. But the fact is, he just can't get away with treating people like this. He can't expect to keep humiliating her and for her to just put up with it. By breaking Faith's heart again, by breaking her trust and ironically being unfaithful, Faith has now reached her limit. She doesn't want to speak to him, she certainly doesn't want to sleep with him, and I really hope after tonight she never wants to even see him again.